Welcome to Ingrid and Chris Bedtime Stories. Tonight, prepare for a magical adventure filled with wonder, mystery, and a journey that will help you unwind and relax. Get comfy, settle in, and let the calming sounds and beautiful story guide you into peaceful dreams. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more bedtime stories that will fill your nights with wonder and calm. The Secret of the Whispering Woods. In a far-off land, past the tallest mountains and the deepest rivers, lay an enchanted forest known as the Whispering Woods. This forest was unlike any other place in the world. It was said that the trees could talk, and the wind carried the voices of ancient spirits who once watched over the land. Every evening, when the sun dipped below the horizon, the trees would glow softly, their branches swaying in rhythm with the breeze, as though the forest itself was alive. Deep within the Whispering Woods stood a majestic tree known as the elder oak, the oldest and grandest tree in the forest. Its branches reached far into the sky, and its trunk was as wide as a house. The tree was said to be the heart of the forest, a source of powerful magic that kept the entire forest alive. But the magic of the elder oak was fading, and with it, the glow of the forest began to dim. The people of the nearby village had long forgotten about the magic of the forest. The stories of the talking trees and the elder oak had become nothing more than legends, passed down from generation to generation. But one young boy named Leo had always believed in the magic of the Whispering Woods. His grandmother had told him stories about the forest, and he had often dreamed of finding the elder oak and seeing its magic for himself. One peaceful evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Leo stood at the edge of the forest, gazing up at the glowing trees. The soft light of the forest called to him, and he felt a strange pull, as though the woods themselves were inviting him in. His heart raced with excitement. This was his chance, the chance to discover the magic his grandmother had always spoken of. Without hesitation, Leo stepped into the forest. The soft glow of the trees lit his path as he ventured deeper into the heart of the Whispering Woods. The ground beneath his feet was cool, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of night-blooming flowers. As he walked, the wind rustled through the trees, and Leo could have sworn he heard the trees whispering to him. "Welcome, Leo," the wind seemed to say. "We've been waiting for you." Startled, Leo stopped and looked around. "Who's there?" he called out, his voice trembling with excitement and a touch of fear. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their branches glowing softly. "We are the Whispering Woods," the trees whispered, "and you have been chosen to save the forest." Leo's heart raced. "Save the forest?" he asked, stepping closer to the glowing trees. "But how?" "The elder oak is fading," the trees whispered. "Its magic is tied to the forest, and if the magic is lost, the forest will wither away. You must find the source of the magic and restore the elder oak's power." Leo felt a surge of determination. "I'll do it," he said firmly. "I'll save the forest." With newfound resolve, Leo set off deeper into the forest. The trees guided him with their soft whispers, lighting his path with their glowing branches. As he ventured further into the woods, the air grew cooler, and the trees around him seemed to shimmer with a faint silver light. After what felt like hours of walking, Leo reached a clearing. There in the center of the clearing stood the elder oak. Its once glowing branches were dim, and its trunk was cracked and weathered. Leo's heart ached at the sight. The elder oak, the heart of the forest, was dying. But Leo knew that he couldn't give up. He had come too far to turn back now. "The magic of the elder oak is fading," the trees whispered. "But there is still hope. Deep within the heart of the forest lies the crystal of light. It holds the power to restore the elder oak's magic. But beware, for the path to the crystal is filled with challenges, and only those with a pure heart can retrieve it." Leo nodded, his heart filled with determination. "I'll find the crystal of light," he said, "and I'll save the forest." With the tree's guidance, Leo set off once again. The path ahead was dark and winding, and the air grew colder with each step he took. The once soft whispers of the trees turned into low, ominous murmurs, and shadows began to gather around him. But Leo refused to let fear overcome him. He had to stay strong. He had to believe in the magic of the forest. As he ventured deeper into the woods, Leo encountered the first of many challenges. A thick fog had settled over the path, obscuring his vision and making it nearly impossible to see where he was going. But Leo remembered his grandmother's stories, the stories of how the whispering woods always guided those who believed. He closed his eyes and listened closely to the whispers of the trees. "Follow the light," the trees whispered. "Trust in the magic of the forest." With his eyes still closed, Leo followed the soft glow of the trees, their whispers guiding him through the fog. Step by step, the fog began to lift, and the path ahead became clear once again. But Leo's journey was far from over. As he continued on, he came across a wide river that cut through the forest. The water was dark and cold, and the current was strong. There was no bridge, no way across, except for a single narrow log that stretched from one side of the river to the other. Leo's heart pounded in his chest as he stepped onto the log, his arms outstretched for balance. "Be brave," the trees whispered. "The magic of the forest will protect you." With each step, Leo felt the log wobble beneath him, but he kept moving forward, trusting in the whispers of the forest. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he reached the other side of the river, his heart racing with relief. The path ahead was long and winding, but Leo never lost faith. He had come too far to turn back now. And finally, after what felt like hours, he reached the heart of the forest. There, nestled among the glowing trees, was the crystal of light. It shimmered with a soft golden glow, its light casting a warm, comforting glow over the forest. Leo stepped forward, his heart pounding with excitement. As soon as his fingers touched the crystal, the entire forest lit up with a brilliant light. The trees glowed brighter than ever before, their branches shimmering with renewed energy. The shadows that had once loomed over the forest dissolved into nothingness, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of magic. The elder oak's branches began to glow once again, their soft golden light filling the clearing. The magic of the forest had been restored. Thank you for joining us for another magical adventure with Ingrid and Chris Bedtime Stories. We hope Leo's journey to save the Whispering Woods has helped you relax and drift into peaceful sleep. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more calming bedtime stories. Sweet dreams and good night.